Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is TBR Schmidt and this is my wife Samantha.
Hello.
And today we are watching episodes 7 and 8 of Better Call Saul. What did you think of the last two episodes?
Fantastic. I
Yes.
think you said in the outro those were two of your favorite episodes so far.
Yeah, they were just so jam-packed. Every little conversation felt like it carried so much weight. So I love those last two episodes.
Yeah. We talked in great length at the end of last episode.
Yeah.
So no need to rehash that. But I feel like I'm most excited to see kind of what's going to go down with Mike and how this is going to turn into what we know from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And I'm also very excited to see what Kim decides to do.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of potential job movements for all our characters.
Yeah.
Mike, what's he going to start doing for work? And Kim, yeah, is she going to take that job offer or not? And then Jimmy, how much longer can he stand under the watchful eyes of that lady? So there's a lot of what the hell is going to happen.
Yeah.
So super excited.
Yeah, me too.
So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction for this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you'd like to interact with us on any other types of social media, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, let's get into the episodes. Priorities. Oh, this must be their store. The little shop on the corner or something like that.
I was wondering if maybe you could help me. Such a rush to get some medicine for my son, Freddie. Had an attack this morning. He knocked the bottle of medicine out of my wife's hand. And then my car died. If you could possibly just spare $5, I'd rather grab a cab than take a chance with my old clunker.
Is this where Jimmy learns it?
Dad, come here. Come here.
Jimmy's already a master.
It's a ripoff, just like that bum from last week.
Jimmy.
Oh,
This is the spot to come for an easy handout.
could that be the missing 14 grand?
Maybe. I mean, that's a lot of people coming in and conning him.
Sorry to bother you folks. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna...
No. There's $10 for you.
Wow.
That is so generous.
I'm gonna find those spark plugs. Maybe we'll get your car started for you, okay?
$10 and some spark plugs.
Yeah, give me a garden.
Money first.
Look how much money you have. Damn.
There are wolves and sheep in this world, kid. Figure out which one you're gonna be.
Damn. So everyone in town knows to just come and rob Jimmy's dad. Oh, so Jimmy did maybe take money? Was this the origin of him starting to take money slowly from his dad? Damn. Trying to come up with a logo or something?
He's decided that he can no longer, in good conscience, claim that the gun found at the scene belonged to Tuco Salamanca.
Was it your gun, Mr. Ermintrout?
The gun wasn't Salamanca's, that's all I can tell you.
Has Salamanca threatened you, Mr. Ermintrout? We want to put this guy away for years. You're gonna let this person victimize you twice?
Ooh.
Did he threaten you or pay you off?
Whoa! Okay, that's it. We're done.
Both?
Yeah, and it's a threat you can't really take lightly.
You're doing the right thing. The Salamanca character, maniac. He had me hog-tied in the desert with a gun to my head.
And you're telling me this why?
Don't be too tough on yourself. Hey, today, it's on me. No charge.
How nice.
Hey, Jimmy.
Did you tell Howard yet?
Won't until it's rock solid, like offer letter in hand solid. Guessing next Thursday after my interview with the partners.
Yeah, that's just a formality, right?
I hope.
I wonder if this is a play.
Omar, would you be so kind as to take a letter from me? It is with a heavy heart that I tender my resignation to Davis and Maine.
Didn't realize how unhappy you were here.
Not unhappy.
Yeah.
You worked so hard to get here. The perks alone.
Yeah, the bonus is a done deal. They already cut me the check. I get to keep the bonus.
Not if you quit.
Oh,
I think yours is a year. You have to pay the money back.
what? You're a lawyer. Did
Yeah,
you
you
not
didn't read this?
your own contract?
I think it's right.
Yeah.
There.
I like Omar.
Yeah. Looks like we're staying.
Letter of resignation thing that I didn't mean that.
Not a word.
Don't repeat what I said to anyone. Rewind the tape and, forget this happened. Thank you, Omar.
A year though?
I don't even know how long it's been, but I don't think long.
No.
How big was this bonus, though, that you're willing to wait around for a whole year?
Well, he's probably already spent it.
It's true. Wavy, flappy, inflatable tube man. Was in a trance. Did you buy a bunch of new suits?
He's gonna get fired.
This is Al Newman of Allied Funeral Homes.
Nice tie.
Thanks.
Are they gonna have to change the rules about attire?
Sometimes it gets a little jammed. You just gotta force it. Yeah. Oh, shit. I say, shimmy.
I love the match with the inflatable tube man.
Howard is gonna lose his shit.
Solo Bacguardo. Don Clifford wants his floors clean, limpia.
Dude, I'm from Michigan.
So you don't understand a word I've been saying.
I mean, he could look way worse.
Yeah, it's not, but that's, I guess, the point.
It's been brought to my attention that we have an ongoing situation in the washroom. Someone is not flushing.
And we're not talking about our number one.
Yes, thank you.
It was me. Every time you flush a toilet, you waste a gallon of water. What could be greener than this?
From now on, flush.
Low flow. That's good. Good thinking.
Oh, what are you gonna pawn? Oh. What's gonna be the most obnoxious? The bagpipe. He's like, well, you play guitar. I figured I could play bagpipe.
I took your advice. I'm blowing off steam. I gotta say, you're right. I mean, it really helps with stress.
I want you in my office. You win. You're fired.
If this is about the bag,
It's not about the bagpipes. It's about you keeping your bonus. That's what this is about.
Oh,
If I fire you not for cause, but for being an all-around jackass, yeah, hooray for you. I could fight you on this, but you're not worth my time. Rather just have you gone.
damn.
You never gave this a chance. Why?
I tried to make it work. I'm just a square peg.
If you knew that, why did you take the job?
I'm sorry. For what it's worth, I think you're a good guy.
For what it's worth, I think you're an asshole.
He got his way. Poor Omar. You. Now it's your turn. It's my duty. I regret.
Can I talk to you for a minute? Actually, can we talk in the conference room?
Why?
More appropriate.
What is going on? Spill it.
Schweikert and Coakley will pay your debt to HHM and make you a partner in 2 years, correct?
That's the deal, yes. Why?
Would you entertain a better offer?
No way.
From me.
Oh, that was his logo.
Wexler McGill, partners at law. You and me, together. Let's jump in with both feet. Be our own bosses, build our own future.
What about clients?
Mesa Verde just signed with you, didn't they? You did it once, you can do it again.
It's true, but also you have the power of HHM behind you.
Yeah.
You're an amazing lawyer. This is your chance to show the world that.
So why not go to Schweikart? They'll make me partner, and they are a solid, respectable firm. You can't deny that.
Tough sell.
What about you and Davis and Maine?
I quit today. Technically, I got fired. That job was never the right fit for me. This is.
If we're gonna be law partners, I need to know one thing. What kind of lawyer are you gonna be?
Good question.
Are you gonna play it straight, or are you gonna be colorful?
Ooh.
I'm gonna dot every I, and I'm gonna cross every
Oh.
Couldn't even finish it.
There's no point in me doing this if I can't be myself. I've been trying to be the person someone else wants me to be for I don't know how long. If we're gonna do this, I gotta go into it as me. So, yeah, colorful. What do you say?
At least he was honest. No.
Why do you need me for this?
I don't need you. I want you.
You've got me. Just not as a law partner.
That was nice and hurtful.
I have to get back to work. You okay?
Yeah. No, I'm fine.
It was the right thing to do.
See you later.
Yeah.
Now it's so awkward.
This is the second time he's tried to get her.
Do you like it?
If you're happy, I'm happy. Do you like it?
Yeah, I do.
We'll make it happen, whatever the cost.
Mike.
Hey, I'm serious. Not another thought.
Let's do it. Fantastic. We could go down to the office, get the pre-approval in order, all that.
Oh, sounds good.
She looks familiar.
Really?
Yeah.
Car looks good. Wouldn't even know you so much as scratched it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Supposed to be in a car accident.
Thank you, Pop. For everything.
Pop? How do you get this back? Or is this a new one?
I think that's the original one, right?
I don't think he's going to be able to fit his Coco Bolo desk in his...
Yeah, I'm like, where are you planning to put this stuff?
That's a $7,000 desk?
To the left. My left. My left.
Huh.
What do you
Hey,
think?
it fits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's Omar's desk going to go?
What should I do with this?
Dump it on the side of the road. That's where I got it in the first place.
Back to where it belongs.
Oh, no.
This is over and above.
Really?
How about a drink? I know I could use one.
I'm totally set. Thank you.
Thanks, Omar. Drive safe.
Is that the last of Omar?
Hello! You've reached the law offices of James M. McGill, Esquire. Please leave a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
Okay. Being real. What you doing, Mike?
Tell us about Kim Wexler.
You started in the mailroom, is that right?
I see you went to UNM Law. Are you from New Mexico?
Not originally.
Where are you from?
So what brought you here?
I just wanted something else.
What did you want?
More.
Good answer.
We are going to put our heads together and discuss, but I feel safe to say that you can expect to hear from us by tomorrow.
Speak to you soon. It was great to meet you, Lynn.
You too.
Howard.
It's Rich, actually.
I didn't even catch that.
Don't worry about it. Come on, I'll walk you out.
Oh my god.
I mean, she did good.
Up until then, I'll jump off the roof. It's just
Would
gonna
this be her new spot?
Yeah, her new smoke spot. It's got a nice view, other than being in a dark, damp garage. Oh, do it, Kim. Take a leap of faith.
No, I'm not for it.
It's all gonna crash and burn. Oh. It doesn't look right unless it's together. I don't know. She's come to the nail salon. What do you think?
No.
Hi, I'm here to see Jimmy.
He's in a meeting.
A meeting?
Have a seat.
Is that what she's always been told to say?
And I want a dolly this time.
What kind? Hustler, Pee-wee.
Hey, watch your mouth around the lady. Just make it cheap. But go on, get out of here.
It's his film crew / marketing /
So you got your old car back.
Yeah, the kidney people wouldn't take it. So how'd it go with Schweikert?
Should be getting their offer tomorrow.
That's fantastic. I'm really happy for you. What a burger. On me.
Wow, really?
I'm not taking the job. It's time for me to be my own boss. Solo practice. What, you don't think it's a good idea now?
Oh.
I'm surprised is all.
So solo?
I have a pitch for you. Wexler and McGill. I am Kim Wexler, attorney at law, and you are Jimmy McGill, attorney at law. Both free to practice as we see fit.
Separate firms under one roof.
That's more fitting.
Not partners, solo practitioners. Together.
Compromise?
I don't know what to say.
Say yes.
Oh, I don't know if he says yes to that.
This is the supplier for the ice cream? Or no? This is just the border?
This is probably just the border. Yeah.
The colorful truck was throwing me off.
But what are we bringing across the border? Because I don't think it's ice cream.
It's a cool shot.
Yeah. If you are running something illegal, it's got to be so stressful. Stay calm. You earned it. Whoa. Is this a hitman? Uh-oh, he's been here lots of times. I assume those are all dead bodies. Every number, every stick is one more dead body. So maybe he wasn't carrying anything in the truck. That was just to get him.
Yeah.
Proper celebration, so don't think that this counts.
This is perfect.
Okay, here's what you gotta do. Type up your resignation letter now. I mean, tonight. Finish your hot dog first.
She kind of already had it.
Yeah, but don't you want to get your ducks in a row a little bit?
You call Mesa Verde and your other clients, you bring them along. You get to him before he does.
No.
Ooh.
What? No.
She's not going to play the colorful way.
I appreciate the advice, but the whole point of this is for you to be your kind of lawyer and me to be mine.
Is this outside of Howard's office?
I don't know.
Hey, Kim, can we make this quick? I'm kind of swamped right now.
I quit.
Howard, could we do this in your office?
Oh, he sees it.
Go ahead and rip off the Band-Aid. I have a pretty good idea why you're here.
Yeah, were you going to take that or no?
So, you're going with Schweigert and Coakley?
I'm sorry?
I heard.
I'm not going to another firm. I'm starting my own.
Wow. The week Jimmy exits Davis in Maine, you decide to leave us? That can't just be happenstance.
One office, but 2 separate practices.
Smart. On several counts.
Yeah.
I want you to know that I appreciate my time here, especially the financial help with my schooling, and I'm ready to write a check.
No need. Our gift to you.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like he was ready to be mad.
Yeah, right?
Tell you the truth, I'm kind of envious. Something about a fresh start. I thought long and hard about hanging up my own shingle.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Dad talked me out of it. Wanted me to join the ranks here. Throw another H in the firm's logo.
Oh, Howard, and McGill.
Things work out the way they're supposed to, I guess.
Damn, I didn't even think about him just kind of being Nepo
that I always
into
pushed
this.
you harder because I knew that I could expect more from you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, damn it, Howard, that was nice. Am I supposed to hate you or like you?
Give me a walk down to Mesa Verde and cancel everything I have lined up this morning.
Calling now.
Wow. Just like Jimmy said.
Yep.
The second you're done, he's going to get his hooks in. Oh, is she going to try to do the Jimmy way?
Sorry. Checking that we're still on for lunch on Monday. And Kevin, too. Before we meet, there's some news you need to know about.
But Kim has good relationships, which is good.
Yeah. I mean, that's how she got Mesa Verde in the first place.
Right.
Oh, so this guy's here. Shit, is this guy here to kill Nacho or Mike? Mike must have just known that this was going to result in a hitman.
I don't know. You're going hitman. I'm still going on the drug front. I think that guy just drops his gun at the border so he doesn't get checked when he comes back.
Very plausible. I like your logic.
But that's not even the same.
No, that's the guy, right? With the ice cream truck?
No, I don't think that was him.
Yeah, No, maybe you're right. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think that was him.
You sure?
No.
Check the tape.
But the twins?
No. It's Hector. Maybe he wants to talk to Hector.
I legitimately have no idea where this is going.
Maybe he's just trying to get as much information as possible if there's ever a situation again in the future.
I am not the safe choice. I believe, however, that I am the right choice. Why do you prefer a tailor-made suit? Because it fits you, and you alone.
What if I want a whole warehouse full of suits?
Oh, HHM.
I know your bank's needs in regard to this expansion inside and out. If this were beyond my abilities, I wouldn't be throwing my hat in the ring. I would not waste your time.
It's a good sell.
Oh, hey, Kim, we're in here.
You can have a little bit of a lot of lawyers or all of one lawyer.
Wow.
What do you think?
Dentist?
2 offices, each the exact same size with a mirrored layout.
And that works for their needs, but this place is dated.
Soundproof walls, what with the drilling and the pain and the whatnot.
The screaming.
This is the place.
It's going to need a little transformation, but it's pretty excellent.
Kim?
The bones
Yeah,
are there.
it's great. Soundproofing.
Bad lunch, huh?
Did it go well or great?
Mesa Verde said no?
Yeah, they said yes, and it's scary. Oh.
I got it.
You got Mesa Verde?
Yes, the lunch, it kicked ass. When we walked out of the restaurant, when Kevin wasn't looking, Paige gives me a thumbs up, the double thumbs up. What?
I love seeing you like this.
Yeah, this is like the most Kim we've gotten in terms of her excitement level. I haven't seen Chuck in a while. Thank God.
Ernesto?
Not Ernesto.
It's me, Chuck.
Oh.
It's likely that we're losing Mesa Verde.
Why? Where are they going?
They're going with Kim Wexler.
Kim left. Where's she going?
Not another firm. She's going into private practice.
What? How is she going out on her own?
She's pooling her resources with Jimmy.
Kim and my brother. Partners at law.
Nope, not partners.
Back to Mesa Verde. I'm going to try one last Hail Mary. I managed to get a meeting with Kevin Wachtel. He's coming in this afternoon. But compliance law is not my strong suit.
Oh, Chuck has to enter the picture?
Chuck.
He's going.
Yep.
I really need your help here.
Damn, are they gonna take this from Kim?
They 100% are, because this is what Chuck would do against Jimmy.
Yeah, it doesn't even have anything to do with Kim.
Nope.
I'm going to that meeting, and the lights stay on. Everything stays, for lack of a better word, normal. I will make it through.
The lengths Chuck will go through just to shit on any Jimmy progress. It's not even Jimmy progress, it's Kim. It just so happens to be slightly associated with Jimmy.
Jimmy adjacent.
Yeah, it's Jimmy adjacent. It's right next door to Jimmy, so it needs to burn. Oh, this is gonna crush Kim, especially once they find out Chuck was behind it.
Everyone's like, what?
And don't worry, I'm not here to extol the virtues of HHM.
The light.
No, I'm here to put your minds at ease. Kim Wexler is indeed the right choice to handle Mesa Verde. She's the future. 2 old guys like us, we're the past.
But where's the but?
Let me tell you how boring I am. I read FEC and ISO reports for entertainment. These days, the penalties for even the most honest of errors can be devastating. When you've specialized in this kind of work for decades on end.
Oh, like me?
You guys have all that covered, I'm sure.
He's getting them.
Yeah.
Still, if you were to run afoul of it, it could hold you up in court for years. Howard has contacts at the Fed who could help sort things out.
1 or 2.
Section 302 of Sarbox
Could mean savings of several $100,000.
They know that, Howard.
Oh, do they?
No matter how talented one individual may be, the needs of Mesa Verde are too big, which is why you should consider enlisting a team of professionals.
Why we did this?
Anytime. We are there for you, day and night. That was amazing. Truly. Oh, Chuck?
Get me home.
Used everything he had to get that client.
Poor Kim.
Meet Fifi, the world's last airworthy B-29 Superfortress. This certainly must bring back some memories
What
for
are
you.
we doing here?
Are they gonna try to film here?
I mean, the stories you must have heard. You remember any good ones?
Bombing
stuff.
Oh yeah, bombs.
You doing okay? You need some water? Nuts, I forgot his water.
Oh, hey, I can run back to the office, get him a bottle.
Thought I told you not to say anything. Go stand by the front.
Barely said anything.
Couldn't just plop the dude in front of a flag. Why do we have to come here?
Production value, showmanship.
Yeah, this is showmanship. And the wheelchair's a dolly.
You're part of the greatest generation. You fought the Nazis.
Japanese. This machine was used in the Pacific, where the Japanese are.
Why don't you shut up?
If he's right, he's right.
You've got red, white, and blue coursing through your veins. Look up! Picture a bald eagle soaring. Tights wide, just get me some good angles.
Okay, all right, back to one.
I feel like this captain's gonna come back.
I've never seen him like this. He keeps telling me not to call a doctor.
Let me guess. He's been going into the office.
He had a big meeting there today.
With who?
He's already under one.
Wrap him in a second one. Make him some tea.
There's a lot of people coming.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go. Rhubarb.
Fubar, right?
Rhubarb.
Would you mind if the guys and I took a picture with you? Here's your water. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah.
Such nice guys.
Smile.
Cheese.
I'm sure he got his shots. Excited for the final product.
Think she knows?
I wonder if this is going to stop her from
Carlos
signing.
Mesa Verde. They're sticking with HHM. Kevin got his head turned.
By Howard?
Chuck, you still up for doing this?
Oh, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. We're about to sign a very expensive lease. Sizable chunk of income just went flying out the window.
There will be other Mesa Verdes.
All right, good.
Sweet, but I'm...
Oh, it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for it. It's definitely just watching him.
Yeah, I'm like, how careful is he being?
Yeah. I wonder, like, what exactly is he looking for? Oh, there's the popsicle border killer, maybe.
Maybe something to blackmail him back with? Like, stay away from my family, I know this.
That's a good point.
But I feel like he wouldn't take well to that, so I'm not sure.
I guess there was something in that truck. I thought maybe just that truck was a way to get that guy over, but it sounds like they're taking that truck apart.
Yeah.
I did everything you said, but he's not getting any better.
Why don't you go home and get some sleep? I'll take over. Next time you see Howard, tell him you need a raise. A big one.
Is Jimmy gonna twist the knife at all?
Buddy?
Oh.
Yeah, how nice can you be to your brother? Was he gonna try to figure out something to poach him back?
Yeah, he's taking all this stuff.
Go copy it and then put it right back where the labels are?
Now I don't know what he's doing.
He's changing the documents.
Yeah. Looks terrible. Well, that looks better.
One, 2, 1, 6 instead of 1, 2, 6, 1.
That actually looks really good.
Good job, Jimmy. Even though this has to be highly illegal, whatever the hell you're doing. Like, is this somehow to poach Mesa Verde?
No, I
or is
think
it
it's
just to
I think
fuck
he's
up?
just to sabotage HHM.
Hopefully Chuck is still out. Thank you. I would have circled him in cell phones to make sure he stayed.
Oh, this is so bad, though.
But it feels good because it's against Chuck. And I mean, I don't even think he knew these files were here. Like, he came here just to check up on Chuck, saw the files, and then was like, let's do something.
I don't know, because the way that he told Ernie to leave made me feel like...
He wanted to do some
Yeah.
nefarious stuff.
Yeah.
Where's Ernesto?
He spent the better part of a day watching you do your impression of a baked potato. Just had to do it, huh? Couldn't stand to let Kim have Mesa Verde. You had to swipe it from her.
I didn't swipe anything.
Oh, right.
If you're looking for a fight, Jimmy, I just don't have it in me. Thanks for staying with me. I know we have our issues, but I hope you know that I would do the same for you.
Not a chance in hell. You would probably pay someone to do it, maybe.
Ready, pull.
Can we do more?
We got a lot to do.
What's all this?
We're making a special house.
Well, Pop-Up's gonna have to finish this project on his own because we have to go.
You, young lady, were a big help. Give me a hug.
Now, what is that hose really for? Like, was she helping make some sort of like torture device?
I thought it was like for her to play in the sprinklers type of thing.
I thought it. I figured his.
You're definitely right.
Yeah, I mean it's for something bad. Oh shit! Okay, I thought it would be something bad, but I was not expecting nails into this hose.
Sweetie, what can I do for you?
No, what the hell? I had to know what that hose is for. All right, that was episodes 7 and 8 of Better Call Saul. What'd you think?
Great couple of episodes.
Yes.
As always.
As always.
Had a lot of movement in these episodes, particularly with Jimmy and Kim.
Yeah.
I feel like there's been a ton of buildup to potentially what Kim's gonna do and what her next move is, considering how much she keeps ending up in the documents room.
Yeah, just the doghouse, essentially.
Yeah, and then Jimmy, he's trying to convince Kim to go off with him, do his own thing. He's clearly not happy at Davis and Maine, and these are the 2 episodes where they make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big events is Jimmy getting himself fired. I mean, he was going to quit, and then he was like, ooh, bonus. So I need
Oscar
to get...
is a real one.
Yes, for sure. So he had to figure out a way to get fired without cause, just fired so that he gets to keep his bonus.
Yes.
And comes in the amazing waving, flapping, inflatable tube man or whatever from Family Guy. And that's the inspiration for Jimmy to just be so insanely colorful. I mean, it's the suits. It's the pooping and not flushing.
I forgot about that.
It's the bagpipe.
Oh, the bagpipe.
He did everything he could to be as obnoxious. Still not as obnoxious as that one girl, but enough to get fired.
Yeah, and it was a very interesting conversation that he had with
Chuck,
Chip.
Whatever, Davis or Maine, or maybe not.
The main guy, his boss. Yeah, it was just a very interesting kind of conversation that he had, and then he ends up letting him go, like he clearly wanted to be fired.
Right.
And then he pays him for the desk and gets to take it.
Yeah, he gets to keep the desk and move it into his little tiny storage area behind the nail salon. So yeah, I mean, what a shift for Jimmy to, I mean, it was so obvious that he's kind of like a lone wolf. He doesn't really fit well, like confined by rules or restrictions.
Yeah.
He needs to be able to do it his way. And I think that was also a great moment when he's trying to poach Kim with them working together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Kim has like, oh, are you going to be colorful or something?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's so many times before where Jimmy would maybe be like, oh, like, no, like we'll do everything by the book and stuff. But this was like, no, I'm going to be colorful.
Yeah, I think he has enough respect for Kim to not lie to her in this instance, especially because this is such a huge deal for her to kind of leave the comfort of HHM.
Yeah.
So for him to pitch that to her in general, I think if he had lied to her, it would very quickly have been the end of
everything.
Yeah, all their relationship and their working relationship. But that honesty then kind of laid the groundwork for them to collaborate without being together.
Yeah, so they can support each other but still have their own practices.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, Kim knocked it out of the park with that other law firm that they're fighting against.
Yeah.
And even when she went to Chuck to like, oh, not Chuck, Howard, to put in her resignation, you know, there was a lot of like kind of fuck you, because Howard thought she was just going to the competitor.
Yeah.
But once Howard even found out that she was going solo, you kind of had that like brief little backstory where Howard was like, oh man, I wish I could have done that, but like my dad's name is on the building and I was kind of almost seemingly forced into working here.
Yes.
They do such a great job of making, at least me, hate Howard and like Howard. Same with Chuck. I still pretty much always hate Chuck.
Yeah, I was like, why don't you like Chuck?
But they do give some like good moments with Chuck. That was another one where I was like, how would Howard be as a person or a lawyer if he was out on his own and not working in his daddy's law firm or currently under the thumb of Chuck?
Yeah, just the little moments like that, they really mean a lot to these characters and for the audience to be able to see them in this light.
Yeah.
They're so important, and the show just does such a good job with those moments. And it really does make you think about Howard, because Howard very much does seem like he could have probably done a lot, and he kind of...
He's almost like a puppet for just Chuck. I don't know.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. I mean, because he obviously has this like great respect for Chuck, but it seems like he can't, I don't know. It seems like a lot of the stuff he does is
similar to what Jimmy can't handle. He's kind of like trapped in like boundaries.
Yeah, not that I think that Howard wouldn't want to break the boundaries like obviously Jimmy does.
Right.
But I think that Howard probably maybe in some instances would maybe think outside the box a little bit more. Or I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. Or maybe that he feels like he feels
very reserved. Like I feel like there's more to Howard that we don't get to see just because, you know, he has to have the nice suit on and I don't know, play the part.
Yeah, because I mean, he's at the top of this firm.
Yeah.
And so he has the company to think about. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the dynamic with Chuck is so interesting to kind of watch. And it shouldn't, but it feels like it like kind of holds him back.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know how to explain it.
Howard's a very interesting character because even like I could see Howard blossoming in different situations, or not necessarily blossoming, but being slightly different. But then even when they tried to poach Mesa Verde, like Howard came running to Chuck to be like, please make me seem knowledgeable. So it's like Howard would not have been able to do that by himself.
No.
Even in episode 8, when Jimmy was talking to Kim to be like, oh, like how do we lose Mesa Verde? And Jimmy was like, Howard by himself? Like kind of in a way of like, oh, there's no way Howard could have pulled that off.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Howard interests me.
Yeah, because we're not seeing like Howard at his
full power.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think we'll probably get more backstory on Howard and kind of how he came to be in the company, and maybe there were some moments where he would push boundaries and his dad kind of snapped him back into like, no, this is our firm and this is how we do things here. I don't know. He always feels like he maybe, like, I feel like inside Howard is really a cool guy and that he's like always getting kind of like pulled back.
Yeah.
So
I just think Better Call Saul does such an amazing job with storytelling, obviously, but also going backwards. I mean, like learning all of the new information about Jimmy, so incredibly fascinating, or like Mike's storyline about like his son and how he kind of came to be in this current situation. So it just feels like there's this potential to have this great story with Howard of like who he really is and how did he get here, other than just kind of the asshole opposite of Jimmy. So I feel like the show is just too good to not explore all of these characters. You know, I mean, one of the biggest kind of fleshing out of storylines that we got in episode 7 or 8, I don't remember, the story that Chuck told to Kim about the $14,000 that kind of went missing. You want to root for Jimmy, so it's like, oh, there has to be more to the story, like maybe Jimmy didn't do that or something like that. But then we see like the flashback and their dad, he was just too naive or too nice or both. But the whole town knew that this was the sucker to go to steal. And we have young Jimmy like even recognizing the situation to be like, Dad, people are just taking advantage of you. And the dad to be like, oh, no, that's not happening. To the point where Jimmy's just like, all right, well, if everyone's gonna fucking steal from my dad, I might as well steal from my dad. And then we see him taking money out of the till. So it's like, that was him at a very, very young age. And he did take from his dad. And we had this big conversation in the outro, I think, of the last couple of episodes about how we felt like maybe Jimmy wouldn't do something like that to family because of how shitty Chuck is, yet how good Jimmy is of a brother in a lot of situations. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many times I need to get hit in the face by this show to be like, Jimmy is not a good person. But yeah, he just was taking money. I mean, it could still develop into something more, but if we see nothing else, then I think we have all the evidence we need to conclude that Chuck was just telling the truth, that Jimmy just siphoned a ton of money away from their dad, and then he had to sell the business and then died.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because we see that everyone is taking advantage of him. So it might not all be on Jimmy.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
I mean, do I think that Jimmy stole money? Yes. I mean, we saw that he stole money. But do I think that he took the full $14,000? No. It looks like it's his dad just trying to be kind and give things away, or not charge enough for certain things, or whatever it may be. I mean, for him to just go into the back to try to give something away to help this poor guy who already seemed like a sleazebag first, like right away when he came in the door.
Right. That's a good point. I mean, I watched that scene and the only takeaway I had was that Jimmy took money.
Yeah.
But someone else also conned. So that's a great point that you make, that, you know, yeah, maybe 14,000 over the course of a decade or plus whatever was taken, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was all Jimmy.
Yeah.
Obviously, at some point, Chuck and Jimmy are going to continue to have heated conversations, and I'm sure this topic will come up, and I'm interested to see how that fully plays out.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see kind of how it plays out, and I still am very curious to find out more of the dynamic between Jimmy and Chuck. I feel like we've seen a lot of it, but I feel like we continue to see more of kind of what their relationship is about. And I mean, I think we were both rolling our eyes when Chuck said that if, you know, the roles were reversed, that he would do the same for Jimmy. And I very much doubt that.
No, I mean, we have scenes of Jimmy just being a nice brother at dinner, and Chuck just wanted him the hell out of his house. So it's like, you're saying that you would take care of your sick brother, but you won't even have him at your dinner table for more than a few minutes. Like, what are you saying? You're such a liar.
It's very interesting because, I mean, with Chuck, we very clearly see like the line of the law, and he doesn't want Jimmy to succeed in any way at being a lawyer because he doesn't think Jimmy will do it the right way, which isn't wrong.
Yeah.
But when it comes into like other aspects of his life, it does feel like Chuck just has this hatred like buried inside for Jimmy, and it could come from things like that 14 grand, or I'm sure there's other things that we'll see later on are the reasons why Chuck is the way that he is. But you don't need to bullshit. Like, there was no reason for him to even say that.
Right. I mean, there's just so much bullshit with Chuck. He might be a perfectly straight lawyer, everything great, good. He's just an asshole, though. Like,
yeah, it doesn't mean he's a good person.
I mean, when he wakes up and like one of the very first thing is, what's the guy's name? Ernesto or something? Is like, where is he? What are you talking about, dude? Like, you expect your employee to just sit and watch you sleep for like 20 hours?
When your brother is here?
Yeah. And like, that when he's like talking to Kim that one time where it was like, how about a cup of coffee? And I'm like, she's a fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many times. I mean, there's situations where it's like, don't mind me, where he has the entire building shut off all their lights and all of their employees give their phones. He's like, oh, but I'm not an inconvenience. Like, He is such a terrible person. I hate Chuck with all of my heart. But I honestly don't even know where I was going.
I don't know where you were either. You just went on a Chuck tangent.
He's just such a bad human being.
Yeah.
And he gives you multiple examples every episode of why he's an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just more curious to see this, relationship with Jimmy and kind of how it came to be.
I mean, the thing is, like, Chuck is also like a shark. Like, he's a great white shark.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about like, oh, I just wanted to retain our clients in Mesa Verde. And Jimmy was like, you didn't even know about these people until Kim brought them to you. And I'm curious if, like, how we were talking about Howard earlier is Chuck's hatred for Jimmy and Kim because of her association with Jimmy, is that going to escalate to a point where he's doing some stuff at HHM that is taking them in a different direction just to fuck with Jimmy and Kim, to the point where Howard is like, enough?
That's a good point. Good prediction, because I mean, not so much Kim, but Jimmy is not going for the type of clients that HHM would be going for.
Yeah.
So is he going to start wanting to just take anything he can from Jimmy? I think that's a good prediction.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Kim is very much in the same realm of clientele that they would be.
Right.
So
that's why like right now it looks all good. Like, oh, we got Mesa Verde. But if it escalates to a point where Chuck's like, oh, we got this criminal, like this public masturbator. Like,
no, I don't think it's ever going to go that far.
No, I don't think it's going to go that far. But I think there's signs in the show. I mean, I think back to one of the moments where like Howard was talking about something, and I know Chuck just went like this.
Yeah, he just shut him down.
And Howard just...
Yeah.
And I'm like, people can only take so much.
Yeah.
The show is showing you this for a reason.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. I think there's more to Howard, like we were talking about. And I think that unveiling of who Howard really is might come because Chuck just becomes solely focused on trying to stop Jimmy from any sort of success.
Yeah.
And that might hinder HHM.
I think that's a good prediction.
So we've had so much development with these two episodes with Kim and Jimmy and Mike and Howard. Chuck. What I was trying to get to was Mike.
Yeah, we hadn't talked about Mike yet. What even happened in these two episodes with Mike?
There was a lot of just watching.
Yeah, I'm like, wait. So also, I said that we would never call them the twins again.
Are they not the twins?
They're the cousins. They're the cousins. We'll call them the cousins.
Are they literally not twins though?
No, I don't think they are.
I don't believe that.
I think they're I think they're brothers.
Okay.
And then they're cousins of Tuco.
So they're called just the cousins.
Or maybe they're cousins too. Maybe they're not even brothers. I don't know. But I promised we would call them the cousins.
Okay, the cousins.
So that was the end of maybe 6?
I think that was the end of 6, was like the whole sit down for the 50 grand
right.
and stuff. But then after that, Mike has just been watching them.
Yeah, so I'm very curious to see, obviously, so not with Mike, but adjacent to Mike is the whole ice cream over the border.
Yeah.
Which is clearly the drugs.
Right.
I don't know why you were shocked that the truck was full of drugs.
Well, I remember when we saw him pass the border. I mean, the whole truck gets checked and it gets cleared.
Yeah,
so
but
I think in that moment we said, oh, maybe there was nothing in the truck. The truck was just the vehicle to get this guy across. And it's the guy, because he went in the popsicle and the gun. We thought maybe at that point he was like a hitman.
You thought.
Oh, we're not agreeing? I thought we said that together.
I think you thought he was just a hitman.
Right, but so I'll
we'll have to roll back the tapes because it's been a little bit since we watched
Check
this.
the tape. I thought we agreed, but if we if we didn't agree, I think it's very obvious now I was wrong. And that
maybe we were wrong.
And that I don't think he's a hitman. He's just a driver for the drugs because they took it into the shop. You could hear it getting torn apart.
It's the cartel. They're very intelligent. They're not just gonna like, oh, let's put it in this.
Let's put in some ice cream and hope for the best.
Yeah. So it's like built into this truck that they're taking back and forth.
Right.
And clearly this driver goes back and forth a lot. with the drugs.
Right, yeah, with all the popsicles.
Doesn't take his gun when he crosses the border. Not going to raise any type of suspicion that way. So obviously we know that Mike is a detective. He's going to figure out what's going on probably very quickly. And
right.
I mean, also just knowing Nacho and what Nacho does and the cartel, like it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. And then you put Mike on top of it, who is
Brilliant.
trained.
Yeah.
I don't know what he has planned. That freaking hose with the nails. I am actually very excited to see what is going to happen with that.
It's that slow development, it's that little tease. Breaking Bad did the same stuff where it would like show you a little teddy bear and you're like, what the hell does this mean? And you don't find out for 12 episodes or something. So who knows when this rope is going to come into, not rope, the hose is going to come into play. But yeah, I think you have a good point. It might be more extreme than that. Like you were saying that maybe Mike wanted some blackmail. With a hose full of nails, it might be more than blackmail that he's about to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so interested to see, because obviously Mike is not going to take well to his family being threatened. And I think he could potentially think that this is going to be an ongoing threat, even though he did what he said he would do and he got paid. Like to me, it felt like that should have been the end of it, but obviously Mike's not going to leave it at that. And I mean, I don't blame him. So
yeah, no, I mean, there's no like safety, I guess, against the cartel, but I don't know how. It's like hard because it's not like he could kill, if he kills a bunch of them or something like that, that's just a bigger target. So I feel like it has to be kind of like what you said, some sort of blackmail, but it has to be very good blackmail.
Yeah, I really don't know where this is going. Obviously, we know that Hector, the cousins, Tuco,
they're all fine.
So whatever he's gonna do is not directly to them. I don't think that he would do anything intentionally to Nacho either. So I don't know what he's trying to do with this thing. Maybe this is some sort of weapon that we just don't know what this is, but it's actually...
He could honestly just be also for that truck. Like it's almost like a
spike strip.
Like
I kind of was thinking that too, that I was like, oh, maybe it's a spike strip, but then I'm like, what's the plan?
But I also feel like if he can buy guns, buy that gun deal, like I'm sure you can probably buy a spike strip. Like check Amazon, maybe. Like, so it might be too easy to be a spike strip, but I don't know.
Well, and the fact that it's like everything's going in like all different directions, like you can't.
It's not flat.
Yeah, it's never gonna lay flat. So
I don't know about spike strip. For me, honestly, it's probably to trap a human being in some way, but I don't know.
That got dark.
Yeah, just wrap him in it with like a whip, like. So yeah, I don't know. Mike is up to something. Obviously, he's spending a lot of time scoping things out and preparing. He's obviously not comfortable with the deal. It doesn't seem like it's going to end there. Mm-hmm. Or maybe he's just getting things prepared so that if he needs to strike at some point, he can.
I am probably a little too excited about what he's going to do with that. I just love Mike so much.
No, that's probably my most anticipated what the hell is this going to mean type of situation. Yeah. What the hell type of commercial is he making with the veteran Fudge?
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly going for that pull at your heartstrings type of commercial again. But that was probably one of the cringiest things that I've seen Saul do thus far. You know, those young, like, active military personnel were all just like so excited and happy to have him there. And I'm like, oh my God, like, it felt so cringeworthy.
Yeah, it was a lot of unfortunate for those guys to, because like the other video, that was just with the lady in her house.
Well, and
stuff.
she was super on board with like the video, and she actually was a resident.
I don't fully remember.
Oh no, she couldn't have been a resident. He wouldn't have been able to get in there.
Yeah, I know, you're right.
Maybe it was just for like one of her will.
I think she was the wills with like the little figurines.
Oh, right, you're right.
But yeah, this was one of his scams that felt like, these guys were so excited to meet this war hero, and it's just some dude.
Yeah. Some dude, so like a criminal.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. He said it was all BS, so I believe him.
Okay.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the commercial for that now that he can do whatever the hell type of commercial he wants.
Yeah.
But the trickery, that it didn't end there with a whole scheming of the veteran. It was the stealing of the documents and changing the street address, I assume?
Yes. Yeah, that was very interesting. You were thinking that this was like a crime of opportunity type of thing, and it felt like a little bit more premeditated for me.
Yeah.
When he asked Ernie to leave.
Yeah. There wasn't a scene where he knew that the files were there. So that's why I felt like he like looked over, he saw it. Like he went over there out of actual concern for Chuck because Jimmy is a good brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then he saw the files and he was like, oh yeah, fuck Chuck. So if there would have been a scene, obviously, where it's like, oh, I just had to drop off all the Mesa Verde files or something.
Yeah.
Then I would be more on your side where I'm like, oh, he just went there for the files from the first place.
Yeah. So I'm very interested to see how this plays out. Is he trying to make Chuck look incompetent, where maybe Chuck's going to start preparing some things? He's going to have the wrong address. Then is Jimmy going to come back and slip the right stuff back in? I don't know.
Ooh, that's a great idea. The fact that he would come back to swap it back.
Just kind of trying to make Chuck seem
like an idiot.
Yeah, like, and he's not competent enough to handle this.
To the point where Mesa Verde would be like, you know what, Chuck? We're going to go with Kim.
Yeah.
With those young, fresh eyes, not those old, decrepit eyes that are going to miss numbers.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's like he's playing the long game here, or if this was more just like a F you.
Yeah, again, like there's so many great little like starts of developments, and I just want to know the outcome immediately. I have no patience to wait for it. But I mean, that was masterful work. Obviously not his first time forging documents.
Yeah, which is not good. But at Chuck's expense.
So it's fun.
But maybe Mesa Verde's expense too. So I don't know, but I'm very curious to see. I'm curious to see where that hose is going, and I'm curious to see what we have to make of these Mesa Verde files. Like, how far is this gonna go for an issue, and what, like, is this a one and done thing, or is it gonna be like a continuous?
Yeah, something that pops up again and again over
Not even like with Mesa Verde, maybe he's always just gonna go in there and change up files. Like, how far is Jimmy willing to go?
Oh yeah, shoot, what did we watch? I feel like there's something, maybe it's happened multiple times, but it's like, you know, when you like go in and you like move everyone's furniture, or like all the furniture like half an inch to the left.
Yeah.
Will he just keep escalating? Like, it starts with the files and he just keeps going and going and going to the point where Chuck just is like, oh my God, I'm insane. It would be deserved. So I'm super excited to see what the heck happens next. I mean, we have episodes 9 and 10 and we'll be done with season 2.
That's wild. How did we do that? How did we get through 2 seasons already?
I don't know. It feels like we just started watching the show.
Yeah.
But then also we've had multiple times where we've had massive gaps in between recording. So I don't know. Somehow we're blowing through this, but not, because we're watching at the same pace we watch Sopranos. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. Sopranos felt like long.
Sopranos felt like that it was going to take years.
Yeah. But it was a longer series, so.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
But
know.
still, even forgetting about the end, just the fact that we've already almost gotten through 2 seasons is crazy.
Yeah. No, I'm so excited though. I love this show so much. This is a highlight for me for when we're like sitting down to film. It's like, what do we want to watch? It's like, whoa.
We want to watch Better Call Saul.
We want to just only watch Better Call Saul, but we've seen some great movies too, so.
Yeah. So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction for this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you'd like to interact with us on any other types of social media, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, peace everyone.
Bye.
Bye.